Have you ever felt like you're living someone else's life? You follow routines, play roles, and meet expectations, but deep down, something feels off. Most of us build our lives around labels and stories handed to us: quiet, responsible, risk-averse, until those stories become cages. Recognizing that gap between who you are and who you want to be isn't failure. It's the first step toward reclaiming your true self. Why do we stay stuck in lives that don't fit? It's not weakness, it's loyalty to our old selves. Your past self got you here, survived challenges, and made choices with the best knowledge they had. Letting go of that identity can feel like betrayal, but it's really about honoring your journey and giving yourself permission to grow. When you feel stuck, remember, your mind is protecting you by keeping you consistent with your past. Thank your old self, then step forward with compassion and courage. There's a moment when you realize changing habits isn't enough. You have to change your identity. You can't outperform your self-image for long. Your actions always realign with who you believe you are. True transformation begins when you decide to shift your core identity, not just your routines. It's scary to let go of who you've always been, but it's also freeing. You become the architect of your life. This is the real start of change. Stop trying to change your actions and start changing yourself. Your identity is the root of your life. Your habits, actions, and results all grow from it. Most people try to fix the fruit of their lives, but real change happens at the root. When you shift your self-image, the right habits follow naturally. Actions become effortless when they align with your identity. Every choice is a vote for the person you want to become. Over time, those votes add up, and your new identity becomes your reality. So, how do you shift your identity? The process of building your new self isn't about waking up one day and suddenly being different. It's a journey. A series of intentional steps that, over time, transform how you see yourself and how you show up in the world. It starts with a simple but powerful question. Who do you truly want to become? Start by defining your future self. Who do you want to be? Take a moment to imagine the best version of yourself. What qualities do they have? How do they act, think, and feel? Get specific. The clearer your vision, the easier it is to move toward it. Write it down in the present tense. Statements like, I am confident, I am creative, or I am resilient. Writing in the present tense helps your mind start to accept these qualities as part of your identity right now, not just in some distant future. This simple act can be surprisingly powerful. Next, identify and release the beliefs that keep you tied to your old story. Often we hold on to limiting beliefs about ourselves, stories we've repeated for years, sometimes without even realizing it. These beliefs can act like invisible chains, holding us back from change. Question those beliefs. Are they really true? Or are they just assumptions you've carried from the past? Sometimes talking with a trusted friend or therapist can help you see these patterns more clearly. Challenge each belief and ask yourself, does this serve the person I want to become? Or are they just old habits of thought, running on autopilot? Becoming aware of these patterns is the first step to changing them. Notice when you slip into old ways of thinking, and gently remind yourself of your new story. Then, act as if you are already that person. This doesn't mean pretending or faking it. It means practicing the behaviors, habits, and attitudes of your future self, even if it feels unfamiliar at first. Each time you do, you reinforce your new identity. Small, daily actions are powerful votes for your new identity. Whether it's making your bed, speaking up in a meeting, or simply choosing a healthier meal, these choices add up. Over time, they become evidence that you are, in fact, becoming your new self. You don't think your way into a new self. You can't just wish for change and expect it to happen. Real transformation comes from consistent action, even when you feel uncertain or uncomfortable. You act your way into it. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a building block for your new identity. Over time, these actions become habits, and those habits become who you are. The journey to your new self starts with a single intentional step, taken today. Let me share a story that beautifully illustrates the power of acting as if. I once worked with Maya, a talented professional who had all the skills to be a leader, but struggled with shyness and self-doubt. Maya often felt invisible in meetings, holding back her ideas even when she knew they could make a difference. She dreamed of stepping up, but the gap between who she was and who she wanted to be felt overwhelming. Together, we began by painting a vivid picture of her future self, confident Maya. We described her in detail, how she would walk into a room, the way she'd speak up with clarity, and how she'd inspire others with her presence. Maya wrote down these qualities in her journal, visualizing herself embodying them every day. This exercise wasn't just about wishful thinking, it was about creating a blueprint for the person she aspired to become. But before she could step into this new identity, Maya had to let go of the old beliefs that held her back. She realized she'd been telling herself stories like, "What I say isn't important," or "I'll embarrass myself if I speak up." We worked together to challenge and release these limiting thoughts, replacing them with empowering beliefs that supported her growth. The first step was small but significant. Maya decided to ask just one question in her next team meeting. It wasn't about making a grand speech or leading a project, just a single, thoughtful question. She prepared herself mentally, rehearsing how confident Maya would approach this moment. When the moment came, Maya's heart raced, but she raised her hand and spoke up. To her surprise, not only did nothing bad happen, her colleagues actually thanked her for her input. She felt a wave of relief and a spark of pride. This small success became proof that her fears weren't facts. Encouraged by this experience, Maya made it a habit to take slightly bigger steps each week. She volunteered for small projects, shared her ideas more openly, and gradually found her voice in the workplace. Each action, no matter how minor, built evidence for her new identity as a confident leader. What's remarkable is that Maya didn't wait for confidence to magically appear. She chose to act as if she already had it, and with every step, her confidence grew stronger. Her posture changed, her voice became steadier, and her presence in the office transformed. Over time, Maya truly became the leader she had once only imagined. By acting as if, she didn't just pretend, she practiced, learned, and ultimately became. Her story is a powerful reminder that sometimes, the path to transformation begins with a single, courageous step forward. Your future isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create, choice by choice. Every moment, you're standing at a crossroads, whether you realize it or not. The decisions you make today, no matter how small, are shaping the person you'll become tomorrow. Imagine yourself a year from now, looking back at this very moment. What would you want to say to yourself? Would you be proud of the steps you took? Or wish you'd been braver, more intentional, more true to who you really are? The person you want to become is already within you, waiting for you to let go of the old story. That story, the one that says you're not ready, not good enough, or that change is too hard, is just a chapter you've outgrown. When you look in the mirror, see not just who you are, but who you're becoming. Your future self is quietly cheering you on, urging you to release the doubts and step into your potential. Today is a blank page. Will you repeat yesterday or start a new chapter? Each sunrise is an invitation to rewrite your story, to let go of regrets and embrace possibility. You have the power to choose a new direction, to fill this page with actions and intentions that move you closer to your dreams. What will you write today? What story will you begin? You don't need a giant leap, just one intentional step that aligns with your future self. Progress is built on small, consistent actions. Even the tiniest movement forward is a victory. Lace up your shoes, take that first step, and trust that momentum will follow. Every journey begins with a single, brave decision to move. The world needs your true self, not your old mask. When you let go of pretending and show up authentically, you inspire others to do the same. Your vulnerability is your strength, and your honesty lights the way for those around you. Don't hide behind what's comfortable. Step into the light of who you really are. Take a breath, connect with your future self, and take one small action to prove that identity is real. Visualize the person you want to be, and let that vision guide your choices. Maybe it's reaching out to someone, starting a new habit, or simply believing in yourself a little more. Each action, no matter how small, is a promise to your future self that you're committed to growth. Your new life begins now. Don't keep your future self waiting. The path ahead is bright and full of possibility. Step forward with courage, knowing that every choice you make today is building the future you deserve. Your future self is waiting. Go meet them.